Hey,
And we're on again.
Woo!
So this is another part of the book which is going to be really embarrassing, because remember, we're talking about the Truth of Marriage book and we're reading excerpts from it. And this is about sex.
Yes, sex
How
the act.
embarrassing is that? Oh God, sex the act.
So this is the first paragraph of this second chapter. Is sex always the same? No, of course not. One way of looking at sex is like Shakespeare's Desdemona and Othello making the beast with two backs.
That always sounds disgusting, but go on.
Or Romeo hiding his bauble in a hole. I didn't write that. That's Shakespeare
That's
that
Shakespeare.
wrote that.
He's got a lot to answer
And
for
he
that.
wrote
lad.
Making the Beast with Two Backs.
Yes. Yes.
Jeff says, and then you read this
What
next
do I
bit.
say?
This is what you said when we were
When the
writing.
act of sex is just sex, then there's very little caring, caressing or foreplay. That all goes out the window, and we're all about is lusting, rutting and doing my thing.
And I said, I agree. And sometimes the rutting thing is all I want. A quick in and out, a pee, a wipe, and a cup of tea.
Oh, God. Right, well, that's put me off sex for at least 3 hours. Ah! It's all disgusting somehow, isn't it? It's all, we hate talking about it because it's so embarrassing.
Well, obviously we don't, because here we are talking about it.
Well, no, I think we have to talk about it because it's fundamental to marriage. Although not for everyone. I mean, some people don't have sex a lot. And, well, not at all, or occasionally. Yes, do my hair.
Right. It does look a little bit like your mum's. Like, hang on, let me
I
just
look
get
like my
some
mother now.
water a little bit. I think you need to remember to put product in your hair.
I know, but it's late with our technical difficulties and not being on time. We were rushed.
Well, I was singing in my virtual
I
choir.
know, yes. How
Trying to
wonderful
put
was
together,
that?
that's why I've got these on.
There you go. Yes, looking very
Smart.
operatically choiry.
Okay.
Very good.
So I'm doing this virtual choir, so I've got my earpiece in with the music of an alto, which is what I am, so I'm hearing that, and then I'm singing to the dick, 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 you know, the metronome.
All
and
on
stuff.
your own, and then it puts together when it's ready.
And then when I hear myself sing, Tina, who we're just trying to wave at now, she's in the virtual choir too, so I'm sure
Oh,
she
good
knows
Lord. Yes.
exactly what I'm
How
talking about.
terrifying it all is.
So
there we are. We're
But
waiting.
I just want to say, when I'm singing in a choir, I sound great. And then hearing myself...
Not so
I'm
good, but
I'm
it
like
sounds
this
good
kind of-
to me.
Does it? I feel like I'm this wavering old woman. I mean, I am an old woman, you know.
This is true.
I'm going to be 71 in a few
Dear God,
days.
if only we'd known that.
But there's this kind of like...
The quivering, wavering...
But I love the song. It's called "The Storm Is Passing Over," which I do believe it will.
It's our life, yes. The
Yes.
storm is passing over, we hope.
Anyway,
Getting less and less.
back to
But
the
there we
sex,
are.
the bit.
Do we have to?
we're
It's
talking
really
about.
embarrassing.
Well, so anyway, in this
Sex.
book, The Truth About Marriage, we're going to talk about everything, and that includes sex. And this bit, this paragraph, is just about the act of sex, not the romantic. This is just the, as we said, the beast with two backs.
Yeah, but what about the Romeo and Juliet?
Well, we get. Oh,
Yeah, you can't.
well, the Romeo and Juliet was. That's where Shakespeare said.
Hiding the bauble in the hole.
Desdemona and Othello.
Yes, the back of the two beasts, and then you talked about Romeo
Oh,
and
right.
Juliet. So you can't talk about
Hiding
just
his
one.
bauble in a hole.
Yes,
Doesn't sound very romantic to me.
but you know what I mean. We think of romance with Romeo and Juliet, pure love and all that good stuff.
Right. Well,
So anyway, did he hide his bauble? I'm not even sure he got to that far, did he, before he popped off? So
that's true.
anyway,
Did he hide his bauble?
the whole thing about, because you were writing about this, men think of sex pretty constantly and women not as much. Is that right?
Right, well that is
Right.
in another paragraph, but I mean if you want to
but
carry
it's
on.
a tiny little paragraph.
Oh,
so
well, all right, well let's...
No, we don't stop.
Oh,
Right,
well let's have an argument online. Okay.
let's just talk about that.
Okay.
So what's going on with that? Why are men having sexual thoughts more than females? Answer me that one.
Well, here's the thing is, I'm not sure that the research actually holds that up. That's
Really?
why I wanted to read it, the research that I did.
No, it
Not
does
that I
hold
did,
that
but-
up. It does.
So I told my husband that I sounded awful when singing my virtual choir part, and he told me I didn't have to participate. Oh,
That's yes. Is that a good idea?
I bet you
don't know.
sound great.
I wouldn't have said that ever. But
Tina
never
is
mind.
a soprano, which I have no idea how you get up to those high notes, because that's like blows the top of my...
Isn't that The Sopranos? Oh no, that's what's
Yeah,
that
well, I'm
movie?
an alto.
The movie. It's now a joke.
The movie?
Soprano.
Oh, The Sopranos.
Never mind.
Yes,
It
right.
is a bit of a waste of time.
It is
Good.
totally a waste of time.
Right. Very good.
And yet you still seem to be here, wasting your time with me.
That's because I'm thinking of sex again. But never mind.
Oh gosh, right.
So how is it and why is it?
So, in a
Yes.
marriage, there are many types of sex to be had.
Many
Sometimes,
types of sex do we have? Sounds like you're buying some clothes.
well, it kind of is like that. When you look in your wardrobe, you've got all kinds of different clothes there, and when you think of sex, there's all kinds of different, you know. So, for
There's
us,
a very loving togetherness
yes,
where we're exploring and excited and, you know, spending time doing it.
right,
As opposed to the two-back beast, which is wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
right. Which
But
sometimes
but
is
both
great,
of them are
may
I mean,
say.
right.
Sometimes I don't
Yeah.
want to spend, not hours, but I don't think we ever spend really
Hours. Well, yeah. Well,
I don't know
yeah,
when
we do go away though, it is kind of hours
Yes.
because we have to dress up.
Well, right, if you take
Well,
the
you
whole
dress up.
thing. Yeah, see, it's always
Yes.
a lot of work for me. I feel like it's more work for me than it is for you.
Well, I'm quite happy to dress up, but I wouldn't know what to dress up in.
Well, I'll get some of my
A
old
thong.
clothes out for you, darling.
No, I don't really want to do that.
No, I know that
No.
you don't, and you wouldn't want to put makeup on or any
Ah.
of that stuff. But some people
Bit
do.
scary. Well, each to their own. It doesn't. I mean, it's whatever turns you on. There you go. Whatever turns you on.
I'm going to read
Up
this.
and down.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to read this next paragraph because it
Don't
says,
need to.
you may have heard research that states men think about sex all the time. Some ridiculous figure like every seconds, which is 7,200 times a day. But Dr. Terry Fisher, Ohio State University, says men have 19 thoughts about sex a day and women just 10. But another study
There's always
Says-
another study.
that many people think more about food, sleep, personal hygiene, social contact, time off, coffee, watching TV, and checking email, and that sex is only a thought about in the last half hour before bedtime, which
There
is
you
once
go.
a day, and even then it comes second place to sleep. So I don't. And then there's the pornography. Like a lot of people do that because sex is like it's a lot to do. You know what I mean?
It's a lot to do.
Well,
I'm aware.
I think
I wouldn't have said there's a lot to do. Really?
Well, how can I say?
Take your time.
Well, so if I've got on my mind, you know, like, oh, I've got shopping to do, I've got some dinner to
Oh,
cook, I've got this,
yeah.
that, and that. In the middle of all that, sex seems to be a lot of time. Unless
Yes.
we were just going out with each other, or we're on some romantic island,
Then
and
suddenly all of that would be out the
Yeah, and
window.
then we're
so
going-
it's really you just
yeah,
yes,
I guess
you're
it
just
all
into
depends,
it now.
really,
Bored out
what
your
the hell
brain.
you're doing.
Yes.
Sandy Alexander. That's a long time since Gosh, we were in Mexico when we saw Sandy last.
Good
Hope
Lord.
you're doing well. Hope you're keeping safe, everybody.
Yes. Anyway,
Yes.
you keep reading stuff and that. Where are we now? It does say what I just said. Men think about it more than women. Why?
Well, because you've got a penis that sticks out and we've got a hole that's
Oh.
inside, and you know.
So it's this whole thing.
I
Yes.
don't know. I think you're meant to, aren't you? You're meant to procreate and
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
You know.
Or is it?
well, that was the point. I'm not so sure now.
Well, certainly not at 71. But anyway.
But in any case, on the planet, should we be having so many kids, really? When, you know, when they do research about rats, not that human beings are like rats, but the more food you give a rat, the more rats are produced. And at the moment, it seems like on the planet that we have huge amounts of food. And yet with this coronavirus, I think we're seeing, you know, do we really? And is it all sustainable? And
What has this got to do with sex?
oh, well, about
We've gone off
procreation.
again.
I know. Reel me back in.
As the actress said to the bishop. Yeah, I don't know. It is, right, so because we're outward as men, it's all hanging out, and it's all in.
Yes.
Why would that be, or is it the testosterone?
Could be that too.
You've got estrogen, I've got testosterone.
Yes.
Which has obviously got something to do with this stuff and
Well, it's all about evolution, isn't it? I mean, we're wanting, you know, we had to populate the planet when we were in caves, and we had to make
But really now it isn't, is it?
the caves.
Now?
No, I don't think it is now. So now,
And why are you still wanting it at 71 when you gave it up when you were, what, 50, 40? I mean, you weren't producing any more babies after
No.
50.
oh, good God, no.
But here you are still wanting to have it.
Oh, it's because of you, my darling. You're so yummy.
Oh, God help
You're
me.
so desirable and handsome. What a handsome man. I can't keep my hands off you.
Oh, you could scratch my back while you're there.
darling.
Oh,
I just-
see, this sometimes is
I
better
don't
than
know.
sex. Down. Oh, there. Oh. Actually, this sounds like sex.
Right.
Stop it now. Right. We're British. We don't do that sort of thing.
Okay.
Right.
So anyway, sex. Sex is a thing that's really kept our marriage together. I mean, I think without sex, I'm not sure we would be together, because it's really, really, really important to you, and it's only really important to me.
Then we're back to the 10 times and the 500 times.
So, and I'm
is
sure
really,
it just
really
seems
important?
horrible if younger people are watching to even think about us
Old
having
people
sex.
doing it is
Jeez.
disgusting.
And yet we have more fun now and more giggles.
Well, we
and
have to
more-
now. You have to laugh.
That's true.
Because the body's alone. I mean, if we both stand together nude in the mirror, we have to laugh because it's frightening.
Yes.
But it's funny. I mean, sex is funny, and sex is fun, and sex is interesting, and sex is serious, and sex is It's like it covers the gamut. It's the only time I think we've talked about this where, you know, we've got this Eckhart Tolle talking about being in the now, where you've got nothing going on, but the actual right now. I think with sex, for me, that's exactly it. I'm not thinking of anything else at all. Clear mind.
Oh, right.
But you, I know, in your mind, are making up disgusting stories and things.
That's another chapter.
Yes, let's not talk about that.
But that's true. I do fantasize a lot. I mean, I don't make you somebody else, although sometimes I do.
Very scary.
But I think that's me as well, though. I'm a writer, so my imagination just is firing off all the time. So why wouldn't it during sex? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So there you go. Have we talked enough about it?
Well, not really. We've only been on a few minutes. Well, but anyway. So it's important in marriage if you think it's important. If it's not important to you, it's not important in marriage, right?
Oh, you're so wise! How did you get to be so wise?
How did you get to be so annoying? Stop. We're trying to have a anyway.
Well, the whole thing is when you said we cannot tell other people to how to be married, because
Oh,
our
no.
marriage is our marriage and other people. So
Everybody's doing
you know
it
what I'm curious
differently.
about is that how. I think that's why a lot of marriage counselling doesn't seem to work, because I think. Oh God, Jeff's trying
Help me,
desperately.
God.
There
Oh,
you are. You
God,
waved.
yes.
I think. How can a marriage counsellor with a certain point of view about marriage have couples in
To talk
and
about
then
it.
and then give them a recipe? I mean, how can you do that? We went to marriage counselling one time. It was horrendous. It was when we were back in Manchester, and I don't think we'd been
In the
married
very
that
early
long.
days, not long at all.
and it was.
And what happened? Get to the point. The
So
point
there was a very hippie woman with big hair everywhere and beads and things and all going on. And she just fell in love with Jeff. Now, I'm not saying that, but you know, he was just making her laugh, and I was trying to tell my story.
Yes, and she decided you have no problem with anything. Jeremy's asking, are you Irish? What the hell is that?
To be sure, I'm a little bit of Irish.
No,
I'm not.
am I?
Are you Irish
Jeff,
there, sir?
no, Scots.
He's
Scottish.
For many years, he thought he was Irish until he found out that he wasn't.
No. Good God, no. I tried to research my ancestry and went back to the year 600 or something. But it appears it was the Vikings coming over, raping, pillaging and burning.
Oh.
I was one of those.
There you go.
That settled in Scotland, and out we came. But anyway.
Well, you've never raped and pillaged. But you do have a lot of sexual energy about you there, Mr. G. I've noticed that. You're a bit of a Viking, aren't you?
There is that raping thing.
Stop,
no, you
that's
can't
not funny.
say that. That's not funny.
That's
Politically incorrect as well. It's disgusting. But you know what I mean. So, for us, sex is important, right?
For you?
It
Oh,
helps.
no, for you and me, you mean?
Yes.
Right, okay.
That's called we, you see, when I say
Yes.
we. So, it helps to, break up the marriage. It helps because we can laugh and joke and have a good time having sex.
It helps to break up the marriage.
Well, the routine.
Break up the monotony of the marriage.
The
The boringness of marriage.
The routine of it, so we can do silly things.
Yes.
And we've had sex everywhere, I think, haven't we?
We're going to that in another chapter.
Oh, we go. Okay,
Yes.
so we can't talk about that now either.
Right.
Very good. Well, I think we've done about 15 minutes. Is that enough?
Is that what you feel like you have to do a certain amount of time to feel like you've done something?
Well, because we get all these people coming on at the last second, so what are they listening to?
Pontification.
We have to give them something else than goodbye, right?
Well, I'm going off now to sing
her song.
The storm is passing
Now,
over. Yeah.
You've got to do it this time.
I will,
Because
all right.
you've tried about, 12 times?
I have tried.
You've got to do it this time because
Right.
it's all got to be in on Sunday.
Yes.
Your tape and everything.
Yeah. And nobody cares anyway.
And nobody's interested.
I'm going to be in a virtual choir, so I'll just be in a little box of, I don't know how many, it could be 50 or 60.
Yeah.
So that means you'll be flipping and we'll all be
But
singing.
it all comes out. We listen to it
Yes.
as an audience. We will hear it all.
Yes. And
What will we see? Nothing.
a face. You'll see my face.
Oh, we will.
Well, actually, I'm saying that. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. And I suppose if I'm really bad, they probably just won't upload the sound. I'll just be...
Oh, but you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
So we don't know if you're going to be miming or actually singing.
Right. Well, I'm going to
That's
send...
the kind of singing I would like to do. Because I can't, I'm tone deaf. But anyway. So yes, we're going off to finalise our final bit, correct?
Yes.
Right. And then in our next chapter we'll get into more disgusting details of sex.
Yes. We
Making
can
love.
talk about the library at some point.
All
My
right
God.
then.
Okay.
So we'll go away from there.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Have a wonderful time. Please, if you've got any questions or any thoughts, please let us know. We are at. Can they get what? It's the telephone number is 847-814-6237. And how else can they get hold of us?
Well, on Facebook.
On Facebook, which is what we're on now.
Yes.
So Facebook and phone. And
Do you mean that
Yes.
you do you want people to call you if they have a problem or something?
Sure, why the hell not?
All right, okay.
Not that I can give
Jeff
very-
G's open for business if you have a problem.
Yes.
Financial.
Yes, for a small fee,
Health,
I'll tell you
anything,
anything you want to hear. Ba-boom. So anyway,
Grandpa G.
Grandpa, oh, here we go.
Granda.
Very good.
Love you all. I hope you're doing well at home. I hope you're keeping safe. And
Keep
I hope you're
safe.
keeping your spirits up because this soon will pass.
And if you've got people around you, have a lot of sex. Oh, I shouldn't say that though, should I?
Well, not
Because
necessarily.
if you're on your own, well, you can still have sex, can't you?
True.
Okay,
Okay.
finish this
Enough
and say
said.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Love
Goodbye,
you all.
Gracie.
Goodbye.